Wow, what is up, guys? What are we doing? We've got like 20 minutes over here. Wanted to do a little bit of a show, really. Just talk about the update on crypto. What's going on? What's going on? Who's here? Are we live? If anyone could join, that'd be sweet. So yeah, we're just checking out the what's happened following the flash crash we saw with crypto just recently. I mean, the market is crazy, and one thing for sure I will say is that there is a video that you should check out right now, actually, which is seriously interesting. Um, a video by CoffeeZilla on his secondary channel, being Voidzilla, talking about what did he know. Obviously, I'm not going to specify any names on who or what or things like that. But what we know is this video is very, very important. If you were affected by the crash, this video here will help you realize and understand why it's so bad, what kind of happened, right? That is available in the Discord, by the way. You can find that in my Discord channel if you want to find the link. Otherwise, you can see the guy's YouTube channel anyway and just find his latest video. That's completely fine. Now, you're probably going to click off now I said that. But yeah, let's just check out the market. We can see we've got 112K Bitcoin, 3.8K on Ethereum, 1.2K on BNB. Overall, Bitcoin is still looking pretty good. 112K, we saw around just a 15 to 20% crash for Bitcoin, which really isn't a lot. Not really much to be scared about. But it was the altcoins that were seriously major. For example, if we were to look at Sucoin, that thing dropped so much. It was top 10 coin and it dropped 90%, and that seriously hurt people. So what we can see on the BLX chart, when we start to zoom out and remove all the noise, well, we can see we've still got a bit of headroom here. And we are on our third consecutive weekly candle. 1, 2, 3. The resistance is keyly at $124,000 here for Bitcoin. By the end of the day, it's happened. October hasn't been what we expected it would have been. It's been the Great Reset. And it hasn't even been as deleterious as past corrections. I mean, we've seen worse corrections in the past. If I could show you this quick chart here, the total 3, these are all different horror crashes that we've seen in the past. And the one that we just had, well, actually had a massive recovery. Yes, it went down a lot. And if you look at it as a percentage on the week, it saw, this week it's seen 35% on downside for altcoins. But we have seen worse than this in the past. Take for reference 2021. What happened in 2021? We had a massive altcoin crash within a weekly window, which is all a 53% correction for the total crypto space. So what this does also tell us is that markets do recover. We do see recoveries from these red days. Now, I don't really think that level of volatility is okay, especially with the altcoins. I think that was awful. But in general, the fact it's happened a few times in the past is nice to know. Not nice to experience, but it's nice to know that it's happened. So yeah, we're miles away from danger zones here. We're miles away from bearish territory. And I still think we can see an end of year pump and hopefully an early 2025 pump or something like that, guys. If you're watching, please comment something down below. Say hello, guys. How you all doing? Hope you're having a nice Sunday. But yeah, at the moment, market, damn, it's just crazy. It's crazy. When you zoom out, it just doesn't feel like we've had that correction. It just doesn't, because we're still in such a good place. We're still in such a healthy place. We have so much volume. We have such a strong market capital here. And I think, Bitcoin is still going to chase gold, still going to catch up to gold. Now, there is a little sub-narrative going on at the moment. I don't know if you guys can even hear me. Can you actually hear me? That would be so good to know. I think you can hear me. It'd be nice if I knew you could hear me. I guess you can hear me. Yeah. Privacy tokens. We've been looking at some privacy tokens. The bigger ones, like Monero, Zcash, WorldCoin, Dash. Some of these privacy tokens are moving mad at the moment. So these could be good to also do some research on. Look into some of the larger cap privacy tokens, talking, the $100 to $500 million market cap ones. These could be worth checking out. There's a lot here that I'm personally curious about as well, like this Track coin, which has pumped a lot, this Horizon token, this XVS coin. These are all privacy tokens that seem to be moving a lot because, you know, with all of the regulation sort of stuff going on, people are feeling very strangled by this, and people want that DeFi. And CZ Binance, you know, he mentioned himself that we need more decentralized finance in this space. Because see, look, this coin is up a lot. I've got no idea what it is. I'd like to know. Horizon as well, up a lot. I mean, what's going on here? This coin has existed before. Then we have Venus XVZ as well, another one that's obviously demonstrated some good pump on the day. You can also see here, Bitcoin is retesting the golden cross right now. If we can hold above, you know, this level, Bitcoin price will absolutely explode, according to Mr. Crypto. So that could be really nice if we do see this move to the upside. Would be pretty good. Bitcoin golden cross. Obviously, we're going to see less returns, right? Because the market cap of Bitcoin is bigger. Yes, we got the 11x from the golden cross before, or the 12x, but it doesn't mean we're going to get it this time because the market cap of Bitcoin is certainly larger. From the bottom, what we had about 17k, you know, Bitcoin from the bear market. Maybe we'll be lucky though. We could still see a 7, 8x, or maybe we actually go to 160k and see the full 10x. I honestly don't know. But actually, if you factor in this from, you know, the COVID crash, March 2020, this doesn't actually look accurate in my opinion. Maybe something's a bit off here. Yeah, it's hard to say. What else we got? China responds to President Trump's 100% tariff for the first time since Friday. Recent export controls are on rare earths where necessary. Defensive actions. They said, we will take corresponding measures if the US persists in raising tariffs. Yes, this is an interesting one indeed. It's an interesting one indeed, because no one wants to get wrecked again, you know, no one wants to get wrecked again. And right now it feels like the whole market is just controlled by tariff, you know, and it's annoying. It's quite annoying because it's not really feeling about the blockchain technology right now. What else we got to talk about? Well, want to show you guys. We know that October is typically bullish. And where are we right now? We have minus 2% on Bitcoin. We can usually see, you know, in October, Bitcoin is up 10%, 28%, 5%, 40%. This October, even though we've had this crazy crash, we're still not that down. We're not down that much for October. Certainly not on Uptober, but it does make me wonder, how will November potentially play out here? What could happen? Looking at the weekly returns, I imagine it could be a different story. We can see near the end of the year, 40th week minus 10%, 39th week up 10%. So we basically just removed the prior week performance, but it all just happened in such a click of a finger. But yeah, guys, this market is crazy. I'm going to be honest. It's not an easy one to navigate. So always be careful. Never over risk. Never over leverage. Never overplay. Never overexpose. Cash is still very important. Having stable coins, very safe plays is fine. You don't need to be all in on leverage all the time. You know, it's not always the best idea. You know, in my opinion, it's not really a strategy I enjoy either. Market cap Bitcoin dominance. What happened here is we slipped away from 63% Bitcoin dominance. We actually hit a 58% dominance. So Bitcoin dominance dropped a lot. But you can actually see, you know, we've caught up a little bit from 58% back up to 60%. Something tells me in the next like few weeks, we're going to see the markets back to very healthy green levels, and it's going to be like, oh, this never even happened. But there will be many people that still felt the pain of what happened just a few days ago. You can see, looking at the total 2 crypto cap, which is basically the crypto market capital excluding Bitcoin, this also looks very, very healthy. It looks like crypto still wants to make that next jump where we could see altcoins go to new highs, and also ETH and Bitcoin. We could see a new high of territory for altcoins plus Ethereum, taking us to maybe a $2 trillion territory, which would be absolutely beautiful if I don't say it myself. So yeah, again, this one looks really bullish, the total 3, because it's an ascending triangle. We have this rise, this massive rush. We're retesting support zones, we're retesting resistance. And if we try again on this resistance at 1.11 trillion, we could see another huge move to the upside. So I'm getting very excited, guys. I will say, you know, massive shout out to CaseX, because they carried me through. They carried me through the crash that we literally just had. There is a 10% deposit boost. Right now, you can claim up to $21,000. If you do your KYC and profile completion, you can get $470 trading bonuses. So that's absolutely amazing. And I really do, like I say, guys, I love this exchange. It carried me through the whole freaking crash. There was no lag. no glitching, no input delays. It was just working how I needed it to work. And that's the important thing, right? It just needs to work. Sometimes exchange don't work, and there are many that fail during these times. So do check it out. It's also one of the lowest fee exchanges you're ever going to see. I'm not even joking. Look at this. Their spot fees are 0% on Maker and Taker, and their futures fees are 0% and 0.01%. So that's absolutely insane. Probably going to clock out. Just really wanted to make this quick video because I feel like a lot of you are scared, and I don't want this to turn people off of what could be something that is still going to create that generational wealth in the next 10, 20 years. I still think it's personally inevitable, my own opinion, of course, that Bitcoin will hit $1 million one day, that Ethereum will hit $20,000 one day, that Solana will hit $1,000+ one day. These are my own opinions, and it's, of course, not financial advice, but this is what we've got to look forward to. This is the technology that we have to embrace now, and there's no way. There's no way to get around it. You either are part of it or you are not part of it. There's two ways to go about it. But yeah, you can see the market is making a bit of a recovery over here. Could be better. Could be better. BNBO looking nice. Acer back up again a bit. But yeah, we're still, we can still see there's a lot of very solid projects down a lot. A lot. WLFI, Pump, Story IP. These are all large cap tokens, by the way. Aptos, for example, down 35%, even though it's a $2.5 billion market cap. So the altcoins, I think this will change the way people perceive and hold and use altcoins. I think this was going to be bullish for Bitcoin, but sadly, I don't think it's going to create much euphoria and major interest around altcoins, considering every alpha coin, every high fundamental coin, every high utility coin just got blasted away. It doesn't matter how good the coin was and what it delivered for real world use and utility, it was nullified by whatever just happened. Bitcoin, however, yeah, you can see there's a lot more safety net with Bitcoin. So that's also reassuring. I'm quite happy to actually see this because Bitcoin has been able to prove itself during a time of volatility. Anyways, guys, that's a wrap. Subscribe, like this video, let me know if you want more lives or whatever. And yeah, I'm so tired, I'm a bit ill at the moment, and we'll try and make them a bit more interesting in the future. See you soon. And yeah.